Fulfilling a promise to himself. Good evening, I'm Scott Eisberg. 2 years ago, at the beginning of the pandemic, I featured Mount Pleasant's Jarrett Swan, chasing a pro golf dream and doing it hand in hand with and for someone who couldn't. His mentor, his friend and sponsor, Loy Stewart, battling ALS. Jarrett wanting to honor Loy. Shortly after the story aired, Loy passed. Circling back around now, he is far from forgotten. The grind of mini tour golf is absolutely real. The motivation to push on must be as well.
You know, I was blessed with a gift, and I was blessed with a great man in my life for a lot of years, and just trying to make him proud and, you know, share my gift with everybody if I can.
In a way, he will, with a sponsor's exemption to the Barbasol Championship in July.
Scott, at the end of the day, it's a chance to play in a PGA Tour event, which I've never done. You know, he'd be proud of that.
But I'll take the liberty to say it's not a PGA Tour start that would make him most proud. It's what I've seen, tooling on my phone, scrolling through social media lately, that would.
I've been struggling a lot with it, to be honest. It's kind of emotional. You know, when Loy passed, I was like, how do I carry on what he did for me? You know, I told you way back when we talked about Lloyd gave me a putter. And I couldn't afford a Scotty Cameron putter. He gave it to me because he couldn't use it. And, you know, it kind of hit me months ago. I was like, I need to do better.
You've got to remember his current golf goal just to make ends meet. His financial sponsor passed away. He's not rolling in endorsements, and free swag ain't showing up on a daily basis. But each time I look, he's trying to grow the game. One tangible piece, one single post at a time.
Like, I've got shoes I don't wear, I've got clubs I don't use. Like, you know, that's what Lloyd did for me, changed my life. I need to do better. If a kid can use them, I'll put whatever shafts we can get the kid set up with, put new grips on it. And I've got another set of clubs coming in soon. I'll have another set to give out to, you know, hopefully some kid in need.
It doesn't end there. Literally begging parents, let me give your kids lessons, free of charge.
Put a smile on the kid's face, or give him a chipping lesson, make his day for one day. You know, whatever I can do, I want to try to do. I want to be able to make a difference when I can't financially make a difference.
A PGA Tour win unlikely. It's still the goal.
But 1 week, you know, it only takes 1 week.
Whatever happens, the payday won't be as fruitful as already paying it forward to pay it back.
Mosquito Beach is a low-country location packed with history dating back decades. A piece of that history caught fire on Friday.
Charleston Clark talked to the owner of the Pine Tree Hotel and the historic Charleston Foundation about the fire and about what the future holds for the hotel and the beach.
The African-American community would pack the street, dancing, eating, and then they would stay here at the historic Pine Tree Hotel. Mosquito Beach was one of a handful of segregated beaches in the area, and in fact, in 2019, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. The hotel caught on fire Friday, but leaders are optimistic about the restoration. What was once the historic Pine Tree Hotel is now a pile of charred wood.
This motel had a porch.
William Cubby Wilder, the owner of the hotel, says he's thankful the damage wasn't worse.
And it made me feel good that we did make the National Record of Historical Places, so that means that this place here will not go anywhere. I was devastated by it, but then I still feel good that this has all happened. Because it could have ran up there, kept that building on fire.
Wilder's uncle, Andrew Apple Jackson Wilder, started everything on Mosquito Beach, an area that would be the center of entertainment for the African-American community during the Jim Crow era of the 1960s.
He purchased this property and built a second boardwalk in 1959-60. And all the time during that span, the beach just took off with a pavilion over the water. People came from everywhere in the low country at the gathering spot to hang out. It was good music, good food, and lots to do.
The historic Charleston Foundation had already begun deconstructing the hotel for restoration before the fire last week. The Charleston County Sheriff's Office is investigating the fire because of the suspicious nature. Now, the foundation says they're waiting for the investigation to wrap up so they can begin the reconstruction.
As soon as the fire and police investigation is concluded, we're ready to move forward with new construction. So we're hoping to pull permits for that as soon as possible.
To bring the history back to life.
With God's help, we get it back. It'd be a nice, fun place for people to hang out.
Cubby also told me today that he is hoping to have the hotel back up and running by the fall. That way everyone can come out, dance, eat, and bring back the beach to what it was.
Now, this is not the first time Mosquito Beach has made news.
Yeah, just last year, 2 interpretive signs were vandalized or destroyed. The Historic Charleston Foundation says they have replacements and will reinstall once the project gets more underway and there's more of a public presence on the beach again.
Actually, I just saw it on the television before we came, and I was like, yes.
It's like the jail has opened.
Well, it was a similar sentiment at Charleston International Airport. Today marks the first full day of masks no longer being federally required on public transportation. Tessa Spencer is hearing from a lot of people who are on cloud 9.
Airports are all about arrivals and departures. The rule requiring masks in U.S. airports arrived 445 days ago. It departed this week, which was welcome news for a lot of travelers at Charleston International Airport.
I can actually breathe on a plane now. It's great.
A breath of fresh air for people like Mia Harris, whose work takes her to airports about 4 days a week. The best part for her?
You can actually have a conversation with somebody and they're not always going, what, or have to move your mask, and then somebody on the plane is like, oh, you got to put it back on.
We saw a lot of smiles in the terminal, something travelers say they're already seeing on planes themselves.
Even the flight attendants were saying they couldn't believe that they were talking without their masks on. So yeah, it's a lot better spirit now.
Then there are some travelers making the choice to mask up, just as a precaution.
You can never be too sure. I work with kids. I'm a soccer coach, so I'm expected back at work tomorrow, and I'm going to be seeing over 100 kids, and they can take it to their families if I potentially got it today. So again, it's just precautionary, better to be safe than sorry, really.
Kids like this one kicking around the option, along with adults, of no longer having to wear masks at the airport.